Hello everyone. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink, Face, Card Making Space, live, unscripted, unfiltered. Welcome to the chaos. And the unpaid intern is sitting in the corner.
That's me.
It's been a couple weeks. I didn't do any bonus lives like I promised. I didn't do you guys, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. I had a little mini vacation, which was great. And I came home beyond exhausted and didn't get out of bed for 2 days. That's how and I was sick. So everything's been great. But that said, I'm going to be back with a vengeance. Literally, stay tuned. I am going to have so many videos daily over the next, I'm not even sure, possibly right up till and after Stamptember is coming.
So close.
Which, tiny housekeeping. I linked to it. Simon has been doing like a clearance sale. I linked to the category. There's a code. I think it's just deals. You get 50% off everything that they've got right now. And they've just been like restocking because they are making space for Stamptember. And if you're new and you're not aware, Stamptember is insane. Simon Says Stamp has been doing this for, goodness, it's over a decade. I forget. They said last year what the anniversary it was, and now I don't even remember. Maybe someone in the chat will remember. But it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, but it's just me as a content creator. And as someone who's just a total workaholic, and I'm insane. The last 2-3 years, I post 50 to 60 videos during Stamptember. It's nuts. I don't know why I do this to myself. And yet at the same time, I have loads of fun. And then, so yeah, they are clearancing out a ton of product to make space. And that ends tonight. So, and it should still be, and there should still be stuff in the category. Let me double check. Click sale. Oh yeah, there's a ton of product, and it's all like listed at full price. But then when you use the code deals, I think with a Z, again, it's in the description box below. You get 50% off. So, yeah. Don't overwork yourself. Stamptember's coming. Oh, I don't have a choice. Taking just a literal few days off has completely upended everything. So I got a million things going on. I think last year was the 10th year. I think so. I forget if it was 10 or more years. It's been a lot of years they've been doing Stamptember. Oh, anyway, short explain. Stamptember is exclusive through Simon Says Stamp. They partner with a ton of crafty brands. And then throughout the month of September, they release limited edition exclusive stamp and die sets, sometimes even a stamp die and stencil set, depending. That is exclusive and limited edition. So when it sells out, it's gone forever. But there's tons. They try to anticipate demand, and sometimes things last for a few days. Sometimes things sell out in 5 minutes. It's absolute chaos, but it's fun. Tons of inspiration. And makers like me that work with Simon Says Stamp do a lot of video content using these exclusives, and I literally more than double my outflow. It's insane. It's insane, but it's also really fun. So that's kind of a short and sweet with, and there's like limited edition, like card kits. They usually do several of those. All kinds of things, all kinds of surprises, just loads and loads of fun. It's a lot of fun. We will see what happens. I have no idea. And even if I didn't know anything, I wouldn't be able to tell y'all anyway. I value my job too much. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah. And yes, I am back with Sunday lives. From here on out, everything should be just same old. Like I said, though, I do plan on having a ton of content. There might even be another video on my channel later today. No promises. We'll just see. I did also have a video go up on the Simon Says Stamp YouTube channel. And if there's enough interest, it will become a regular thing. So it will probably go up on my channel as well later. I have to finish some editing and stuff. But I used, it's kind of blown out on here, but you can see it on Simon's channel and on their blog. I used my absolute favorite oldie but goodie set, and I'd pitched to them the idea of doing an oldies but goodies series. So yeah, that went up this morning. So it's on the Simon Says Stamp YouTube channel. You guys can check it out after the live if you haven't seen it, and then we'll just see what happens with that. So that's that. And yeah, I don't think I have any other housekeeping. I don't think so. I'm just like, you know, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. It's been a while. I got to get back into the, I don't know, into the groove of it all. It's been a bit, but we will see. No, the stuff I'm using today isn't in the sale card category as far as I'm aware. I honestly didn't check, but I don't think so because these are kind of newer. But sometimes they throw new stuff in the sale category. Like, you never know. It depends on, like, I think their inventory of things too, because that's part of it. Like, they're making space with inventory to make space for the chaos that is. Oh, that was the other thing with Stamptember. Besides the limited edition exclusive things, that's separate. Simon Says Stamp usually, because again, I'm just speaking from past experience. I have no idea. I'm right now, I literally have no idea what's going to happen. But usually they have a big Simon brand release, and it's usually the biggest release of the year, like an insane amount of product. They usually have that the very first day of September. And that stuff is product that, like, they restock. It's not limited edition. It's not exclusive to anything else. And so we'll just see. So that's also why Simon's doing the sale this weekend. They're making space for inventory. Okay. Okay. I think we're good. Everything's working now. I just gotta remember where all the buttons are. Where are the buttons? Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. This is okay. I pre-stamped a tiny little bit. Nothing crazy. I'm using I couldn't resist. I've had this sitting here. This came out, was it the June release? I think it was June. Recently. The little pocket ponies stamp set. It's not CZ design. That goes with this one. I'm using the CZ design sentiment set. We'll get to that. So the little pocket pony stamp set. Super cute. Super cute. I love it. I've always loved My Little Pony. That was like one of my favorite things to play with when I was a kid. So I stamped some of them onto Simon's smooth white cardstock, and I used the Rainbow Splash black ink. We've been kind of talking about this off and on over the last couple months at least. My go-to black ink for years was Simon Says Stamp's Intense black ink. That was my go-to ink for all alcohol coloring, just stamping black ink, whatever. From what I understand, they discontinued it, but this is either the same formula or it's close enough. It doesn't matter. I have been using this now for the last couple months. I'm not sure. And, testing out with alcohol markers and all of it, it works the exact same. So, and this stuff's cheap. I forget how much it is, but it's cheap. I love it. And it is felt with linen ink pad, same as the Intense black. So if you have the Intense black, same thing. So yeah. And this one will be like restocked, everything. And usually when you search now, like Simon Intense black, this is the one that pops up. So anyway, I stamped them with this, and we're going to do really simple Copic coloring, nothing crazy. And I had already picked out some ink colors, so I went through my Copics and found colors very similar to these, and we'll get back to these because I'm going to use that for something else in a little bit. We'll get to it. So, got some markers, and again, we're just going to do really, really simple coloring. Yeah, because that's about the most I can handle at this point. It's all I can do. It's all I can do, you guys. I'm tired. I'm tired. So, what do I want to start with? I think for all these guys, I want to keep their bodies white. and then like their hair, their manes and tails, that's where all the color is going to be. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. So we're going to keep it simple. So we're just going to take some Copic markers. I'm going to add a little bit of very, very light gray to these little clouds. Nothing too crazy. Are you dying?
No, I'm good now.
And then I'll do the same thing to my little pony. I won't sing it, trust me. Although I can hear the theme song playing in my head right now, because you know. And we're just gonna do really adding just little bits. This just when you're leaving areas white, you want to add a little bit of shading. I don't add much at all, but oh, no, it's not. There are other colorists that will use a lot of shading, like to the point where, you know, as they're coloring, the white areas look like either very gray, blue, whatever, you know, colors they're using. But when it's all said and done, it ends up looking white. And that just helps give things a bit more definition so that it's not flat and boring. So I'm just using a little bit of the cool grays, nothing crazy. Can you use it for watercoloring as well? No. This I would not use for watercoloring. I use this for just basic outlines and alcohol marker coloring. If I'm going to watercolor, this is my go-to. The Burst Fine Clair Sukaneko Nocturne. This is an oil-based ink, and it is wonderful. And I don't like with alcohol markers. Different inks for different things. Okay. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of this BG Quadruple Zero, which is just a really pale aqua shade. And I'm going to use that just to give that little bit of kind of light highlight in a sense. And then where's my colorless blender? Where's my color? Okay. Isn't it funny how we need a vacation after the vacation? Yeah, exactly. 100%. 100%. Like, that doesn't help that I don't travel. Like, I don't go anywhere really hardly ever. So the very, very rare times that I do, it takes it all out of me. Like, not gonna complain, but yeah, I was exhausted beyond it. It didn't help that, you know, in 4 days I did like 2 solid days of travel and slept like, not even kidding. I got maybe altogether 8 hours of sleep. It wasn't a lot, especially the last day. The last day I was going on 2 hours of sleep, a whole lot of travel, little bit of turbulence. Nearly threw up on an airplane. That was fun. Chaos, friends. Chaos. Okay, so I did that little bit. Like I said, nothing crazy. Oh, I know what I want, where's my R20? They all need little pink cheeks. So R20 is always my go-to for that. So adding in a little bit of that. There we go. Same with their little ears. Yeah. Give them that little bit of extra something. Okay. And then I'm missing something. Question, do you like the ink cubes or big ink pads? What's the difference between, besides the size? The size. That's the only difference. Ink cubes and ink pads are the same thing. It doesn't matter literally at all. Okay, my rainbow is going to be non-traditional rainbow, because I am just going to use the colors that I'd pulled out that match the ink pads. We're just going to go with that. So, yeah, we're just going to blue, Yeah. I'm going to keep this simple. Anyway, yeah, no, when it comes to ink pads and ink cubes, personal preference. The bonus of the cubes is the fact that they will take up a lot less space considerations. So if you don't have a lot of storage space and you like to have a lot of colors, the ink cubes are nice. Always remember that with ink cubes, because they're smaller, depending on how you're using them and if you're going to use them frequently, they may need to be re-inked more often because they are not going to hold as much ink as a full-size ink pad. So we're just going to do that. And like I said, I'm keeping the coloring just simple. I'm not going to get too involved with any of this. So yeah, it is literally just personal preference when it comes to ink pads and cubes. For the most part, I now prefer just full-size ink pads because I do this as a job. It's a convenience thing. But back in the day when I was just a single mom, trying to do this as a job, didn't have much of a budget, and had a lot less space, ink cubes were the way. Like, that's how I was able to get into like getting the distress inks was ink cubes, because I could not afford the full size. I didn't have the space for the full size. And yeah, I was able to get the colors over the span of, I don't know, a year or two. I forget. It took me a while to get them all. So yeah, it is just personal preference. Why does Simon have two different ink pads? One is the rainbow. This is the Rainbow Splash line. That is a separate line. They explained all that when it was released. You'd have to look it up on their YouTube channel. They did the Rainbow Splash line for Stamptember. Not last year, the year before. So 2 years ago. And it was because so many people were requesting like a rainbow of colors, that they wouldn't have to think so much, and then also like for beginners. And so Simon, the Rainbow Splash ink line is another exclusive to Simon Says Stamp, and because their buying power and they're able to, like, you know, get things in bulk, they were able to bulk order all this stuff in and do the Rainbow Splash line at a like lower price. But yeah, they're the same quality as the Pawsitively saturated inks that they have. Okay, so I'm just doing 2-color blends with all of this. Nothing crazy. Nothing, you know, nothing life altering, nothing difficult. If you want more definition and want more like depth and more blending, then you do like 3-color blends, 4-color blends if you're really feeling crazy. But more and more lately, I've been just sticking to 2. I'm like, you know, 2 is enough. 2's enough. It's fine. It's fine. So we got that one. And then we're going to do purple. So I've got that one. When we start doing Christmas card videos, I've been doing Christmas card videos all year. I have a holiday card series that I started back in January. And on or around the 25th of each month, because I didn't do it on the 25th of this month, because like I said, I wasn't feeling good. Everything was a bit crazy, and I was tired and sick and all the things. But I didn't do one on the 25th this month, but I did like 2 or 3 already this month, holiday card videos. And then I'll have more. There will be more. In fact, there might be some coming this week. Just stay tuned. But yeah, been doing holiday cards. Oh, I was supposed to do that part purple. Meh. It's fine. I ain't gonna worry about it. So yeah, Holiday cards have been going strong all year. Halloween, that one I had hoped to start the end of this month. I'm making no promises right now on Halloween. Cause yeah, you guys I have so much on my plate. But yeah, there will be the Halloween card series as well. It will start soon. I'm just not exactly sure when. Usually in the past, I start around the end of July. Um, but now we're already coming up on the end of July, and I'm like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Ah. Okay, we're gonna give. This is what happens when I talk and color at the same time. I'm kind of annoyed that I messed up my guy's hair. How could I? How could I do that? Oh well. Oh well. Did you get to join the class with Seizing Simon? The Kathy Zilsey's class on Friday. I missed it. I'm gonna be watching it on the replay. I'm not gonna. I was not feeling good. It was not pretty. So I will be watching that on the replay because I know it was awesome, and I do have some of the stamps and dies. I'm hoping I can do a video later on this week. Later on this week using some of the stamps and the dies that she designed for the class because they're fabulous. Kathy's amazing. I am a million years behind when it comes to catching up on videos and live streams and all the things. Will you go back and use old Stamptember stamps? No. I absolutely will not. Now, again, I do this as a job. For regular people, go back and use them. You know, that's the whole point. But for me, I will not post or create with old Stamptember stuff because it was limited edition and exclusive, and I get enough negativity and complaints and hate. I'm not exaggerating, as it is, because people get really, really mad when things sell out, especially if they sell out faster than anticipated. You know, just something ends up being insanely popular, and then I have to field a ton of negativity. So I will never go back and post with old Stamptember stuff because that's just feeling the rage, and I get enough of that on the daily with some of the unhinged ridiculousness that I get to deal with. So yeah. But thankfully there's so many other makers that post with the stuff like when it's current, and then like makers that are just, you know, regular consumers, and then when they receive it, they create content using it. There is so much inspiration out there. It's all you got to do is search, and there's usually tons of like videos, photos, so many ideas. Like always tons. So very basic little rainbow. Um Would it work for you to go over the blue? I thought about going over the blue with the purple. Um it will look different. I could just restamp it as well because I am sort of annoyed with myself. I'm annoyed. I was gonna they're supposed to be matching with, like, you know, 3-color hair. So I probably am actually just gonna restamp it. I'll go over it, but it's gonna, because Copics are transparent, the purple will not be the same shade as the other ones. And, you know, I still, no matter what, even though I say like perfection's overrated, which it is, it's a total load of BS, but my OCD sometimes gets the best of me. But give me a sec. Once I get to here, we'll go over it, we'll see what it looks like, and if it looks like crap or just not how I want it, I can just restamp it. That's the beauty of paper and stamps. We can just restamp it, and I can quickly recolor it because this doesn't really take long to color. It takes me longer to like read the comments, respond, yada yada yada. You know, this is still very basic. Like I said, very basic coloring. Nothing crazy. Just like so. Then we go in there and blend that a little bit more. Okay. I still need to add, because I got to color that, but I'll get to that in a second. Let's just go over it and see what happens. We'll see how it looks. So, you can always watch the old videos. Oh yeah, like that got brought up, I think during one of my bonus lives. I can't remember, but like me not posting content for a little over a week. It was almost 2 weeks that I was away. But I do have a ton of a back catalog, you know, so people can still get their fix by watching the older content, but I know it's not the same. It's not the same, but it is there. It's there. Let's see how this. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be happy with this. I'm not a fan. So yeah, it can work in a pinch to just go over it with the other colors, but although that said, I am planning on going like adding glitter to this too. So yeah. On camera it looks fine. You know? Like zooming in real life, I'm just like, eh. But on camera it looks fine. And it will look better once I glitter. So you know what? I think it's passable. It's passable. We'll make it work. It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. We'll do the little unicorn horn. And I'll do their little wings as well in sort of a gold shade because I wanted to bring in a little bit of gold. I got Y26. There we go. And then that one. And I'm not going to add any white gel pen highlights yet because I want to add shimmer, which we're going to do in a second. There we go. Cute enough. Good enough. Good enough. There we go. Okay, so we need to die cut these, then add shimmer, and then add some white gel pen. And then, is this gonna work? I cut this on purpose because I was hoping. Should work. Okay, set that aside. We need to die cut these guys. And then, if I can get my die cut plates out. There we go. There we go. Okay. We need to die cut these guys. It's not coordinating dies. Got that one and that one. I think that's for this one. Yep. And then I think that's this one. So there we go. There we go. So we'll line up all our dies with the images. Make sure everything is lined up like so. Okay. Then we shall die cut. I need my shimmer and my white gel pen. Okay. They're so cute. Okay. So, put the dies back so I don't lose anything because, you know, that can happen. Derp, derp. Derp. Shimmer. Aqua Shimmer pen. Tonic Nouveau's Aqua Shimmer pen. Absolute go-to. Love forever. Fabulousness. And it's going to look as usual like nothing on camera, but I will show with my flashlight so you guys can actually see how sparkly this really is. Because, yeah, it looks like I did nothing. But I actually did do something. Do your dies ever move when cutting them? Sometimes. It just depends. Sometimes if I'm feeling confident like I was when I just did these guys, I wasn't worried about it. So I just let the magnet hold them. But if I'm doing something a little more finicky or like the die is more intricate and I just, you know, I was spent a long time coloring, you know, I don't want to mess it up. That's when I tape them into place with like washi tape. Just anything low tack works. It doesn't matter. It just depends. But more often than not, the magnet, at least this magnet, is strong enough to hold everything in place. But also, if there's a lot, like if I was doing every image in this set, maybe even like whatever, like a whole bunch of cutting, a lot of times I will also tape them into place because I don't want to risk, you know, if you've got like 20 images you're die cutting all at once, that's the last thing you want is things shifting and then, you know, you wrecked them because been there, done that. So again, it just depends on my mood and what I'm doing, whether or not I tape them. So I'm adding, how's this sign? The Aqua Shimmer pen. This one is like a more of a clear iridescent glitter. The Wink Estella has a more gold tint glitter. I haven't used the Wink Estella in years, so I can't really say even for sure anymore. Where is my phone? There it is. So I can show with the flashlight. So then you guys will be able to see. Just, there we go. There we go. See, it's sparkly. That's how it looks, because it looks like nothing on camera. But then, and that's why I love the Aqua Shimmer pen, because it's fabulous. It does come in other, couple other colors. They've got a gold one that's Midas Touch. I was going to use the gold one today, but it's sold out of stock. So I just used, but my main one, just this is the glitter gloss, so it's just clear shimmer fabulousness. And I do this first. You let it dry, which it's dry. Then I do my gel pen, because if you do the gel pen first and then you try to paint over it with this, or if you wanted to add glossy accents, anything like that, that will dissolve the white gel pen or smear it. You don't want that. So rule of thumb is to do whatever you want to do. And then if you're going to use a gel pen, paint pen, whatever, this is the very last step. And with this, I'm just going to add just a little bit of highlight, nothing too crazy. Just add a little bit here and there. So a little tiny bit of highlight, and I'll do the same thing with their little manes and tails. Like I always say, because it's the truth, I am not following any sort of light source. It's always a good thing to learn that kind of stuff and to understand it, but I don't bother. I don't bother. Especially with things like that, it's like, who cares? It's cute, and I'm not gonna sit and try and overthink it. You know, like just have fun with it. They're little magical ponies. I don't think it matters. Add a little Some little highlights here and there. A few little dots. Not too worried about any of this. Here we go. That works. There. They've got all their little yeah. This glitter gloss pen, awesome. So there's our little critters. They're all good to go. Now what I need to do is, okay, I got a piece of white cardstock. Right now, this is A2 size, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. I want it slightly smaller than my card base. So I'm gonna take 1/4 inch off each side, or off 2 sides, not each side. So let's do, so 4 by 5 1/4, just a smidge. I don't want to make it too small because I need to create a window, because I am going to make a shaker card, a simple shaker, nothing crazy. And to do that, I'm going to use the Smile wafer die. This coordinates with, oh good, I found it. This is the standalone wafer die, which I lost the packaging for it already. Good job, Amy. You're so there it is. I think you're so professional. Yeah, the Solo Smile wafer die. So I'm not using the outline. I'm using just the word die itself because it's wide enough that this should work as a little shaker. So what I need to do is get this guy lined up like that. Make sure everything's straight. And then this time I am taping this into place because I don't want it to shift, because I need it to stay in the same spot when I run this through my die cut machine. Okay. So I got that. And then we're gonna run this through like so. Hit a caffeine. Okay. So for the moment, what we have, once I get this off of there, this is why you always want to use low tack tape, because the pressure of the die cut machine is like fusing it to the cardstock, and you do not want it tearing your cardstock. There we go. So now I have that, which does not look exciting. Is it straight? I think so. I think so. Looks straight enough. It's good enough. It's good enough. It's good enough. Everything's fine. Now, we need to stamp the companion sentiments onto it. My plan is to use this stamp that says your, because it'll be your smile. And I thought we could put brings so much joy. Like that is the plan. Because then I'm going to have this. And then there's going to be like, wee. And then maybe one like right here, smiling. That's the plan. That's the plan. We'll see. Let's hope we make this, that this works, okay? Okay. So, have it lined up. And then I just want to make sure my sentiments, again, are straight. Like that. Like that. Yep. Looks like it. Looks like it. Okay. So everything's lined up. And then I'm just going to use the black ink, the same black ink to stamp these little companion sentiments to build the phrase. So we've got cute. It's just cute. Okay. I think this is all going to work. I didn't test nothing before the live. I was like, we're just going to wing it, you guys. We're just going to wing it and see if the random chaos in my head translates into a finished card. You know? Okay. So we've got that. And then put the stamps back so I don't lose them. But also, while I've got my Misty out, let's quickly stamp the inside. One of those characters will go on the inside too. But for now, let's just line up the inside of the card. And then we'll put this one on the inside. And then one of those little characters will also go on the inside just to finish it off. So same thing. Make sure it's lined up. And then I can stamp this with the black ink. Doop. There we go. Okay. So now, something. Wipe stamp off, put stamp back in package so I don't lose it. Happens. I'm still searching for a stamp set that I've been trying to find for the last like 2 months. And I don't know where it went. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. So we'll come back to that. For what I need to do now is we need to make this window. I want to make it a shaker. So that's why I trimmed off that piece of extra cardstock. I need to trim off like that much. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So I have cardstock, and then I need some blending brushes. Pink, purple. Got blending brushes. And I'll give these a quick scrub just on a microfiber cloth. I don't wash my brushes. We've talked about this ad nauseum over the last, I don't even know how long. Yeah. Years. Thanks. Thanks, unpaid intern. Maybe if you were like, you know, a really good unpaid intern, you could wash my brushes for me. I would, yeah, I would never ask you to do that. It's too much work. I'm too lazy. Okay. So we've got that. And then these were the colors I had picked out. Pink and purple, you know, just fun colors. So I've got Surf, Violet, and Sweets. I'm going to move all of these away so that we'll blend this for my little background to peek out behind the word window. So let's just do this. And then I'm just going to blend everything on an angle. Yeah. So we're not doing anything, again, nothing groundbreaking or hard or crazy, just basic bit of blending. So blend on the surf color. Like that. And then we'll go into violet. Like that. And then make sure I'm paying enough attention that I'm putting the brush into the right ink pad, because same thing, been there, done that. This blend does not need to be perfect either, because these inks do smooth out and soften as they dry. They dry back a bit and soften. So we'll just go like that. And then the final bit is the pink, which is fabulous. So blend those together. Like that. Go back in with the purple. Look like nice too. They're very juicy. These ink pads, that's why they call them positively saturated. They are they're very saturated. Like, if you're wanting a really light blend, that's why all my ink pads are like this, because I generally recommend like you tap, and then I tap it off a little bit on the ink pad if you want like something light, or if you're going for a very soft blend, tap. Tapping the ink pad, tap a bit on the lid, and then I, very light-handed do a little light blend. And it works. It works. I've shown that in a ton of videos. Okay. Good enough. That'll do, donkey. Okay. So, very simple ink blending. And then that. Yeah. Yeah, okay. It's coming together. Things should be working. Hopefully. Hopefully. Okay. So we got that. And then I want to go like that. And then I got to create this. There we go. Into a shaker. So we need a little bit of acetate, which I didn't pull out, but I know I have some here somewhere. Yep. I just need, will this fit? Oh, it will. Perfect. Okay. Just a piece of acetate. So I can just create my window. So we got that. And then put that back so I don't lose it either. And then adhesive. Need a good strong adhesive to hold all this in place. So I'm just going to use some Tear RIFIC tape and put this around the edges of this window. Make sure I don't have any schmutz on here. So we'll get that into place. Like that. There we go. I said slime. Yeah, no. No. Okay. So then, where? Okay. We're going to take. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lady Jane. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Okay. Get that pressed into place, and then I can use my little tool to lift off the backing here. Get where you belong. There we go. There we go. It's a little bit more finicky when parts are over. There we go. Press that in. Do it again. Press that down. There we go. Okay. So then we just got to press this into place. Nothing needs to be perfect, just as long as the window is like, this is all sealed up. Because no one's going to see, no one's going to see the back. No one's going to see this part, So now we have a window, Now, to make this a shaker, foam tape. Like I said, I'm making this very simple. I am going to use glitter for my shaker, which can sometimes get very iffy, but this will make sense in a second. And I don't want this to be thick. So I'm using Simon's Big Momma foam tape, which is very, very thin. I would not recommend this for anything else when it comes to shaker, unless you're going to bother, and I would not even waste the time, trying to double or triple this up. Just use regular foam tape, But I want this to be very low profile. That's just the mood I'm in today. So I need to make sure that this window is going to be completely sealed up. So there needs to be absolutely no gaps between the edges of the foam tape. Because unless you're going to make this card for someone that maybe you're not necessarily super fond of, you don't want glitter going everywhere. But there are those people that maybe deserve that. And if that's the case, you do you, boo. Leave a big old gap. Let the glitter go everywhere. Okay. We're going to do that. And then nestle in this last little bit. Okay. So there's no gaps at all. And then I need to put some foam tape, obviously, on all the open areas so that everything is sturdy and on the same level. And oh, the adhesive remover, it's got little teeth on it. I've shown it in other lives and videos, but it's just a basic little tool. But then it's got these little teeth. There we go. See? So it's nice for removing. That's what it's meant for, is to remove the backing, especially if you struggle with, and some tapes are, it's the backing that's the absolute worst to deal with. It depends on the brand. It depends on the batch sometimes. And a lot of you are probably familiar with that, like sitting and fighting with, removing the backing. So this little tool is great. It's great. Okay. So we'll just put some foam tape on there. Just like that. Now, like I said, I'm going to use glitter. And just a little bit. This is going to be just a very, very simple shaker. So for now, I'm going to only remove, because I have a backing piece, I'm only removing the adhesive for my window. That's it. Nothing else. And again, this will make sense in a second. So I'm going to remove the backing first. You want to remove the backing regardless of what you're using for your shaker bits, because you don't want to put your shaker stuff in there and then remove the backing, because it makes it move, and then it's going to go everywhere. It's going to go everywhere. You're going to have a bad time. So for that, I said I was going to use glitter. I'm specifically using Distress Rock Candy glitter. For whatever reason, I don't know what Ranger does, what this is made out of. It is not staticky. That every other glitter on the planet, and I have used, trust me, thousands of types of glitter, brands, everything. It's staticky. If you've ever played with glitter, you know what I mean. It does. It creates a static film, and especially things like acetate, it'll just coat the acetate with static cling. For whatever reason, there's something with Distress Rock Candy glitter does not do that. I don't know why. I don't know. But I'm just going to add a little bit of it to this. Not very much, because it's a small shaker window. There's not a lot of space, and this is very thin and very shallow. So there's not a whole lot of space for things to move. So I'm not even going to put very much in here either. In fact, I think that's more than enough. Because again, there's just not a lot of space. If you want more space and more shaker bits and all the things, use thicker foam tape, because then you've got more clearance, in between everything. But I just put that little bit of glitter, and then I don't think it really matters what direction I go. I'm going to just press my little window piece and then seal that up really, really well. And then, yeah, see, that's all I needed. So it's just a super, very simple shaker, but it just gives it a little extra something, And then, do I want to add splatter? Probably. We could add a little bit of splatter. Why not? Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's just add a smidge. Just a smidge. So, The thing I want to protect is I don't want to get splatter on the sentiment, and I don't really want to get it on the acetate because that's just annoying. So I'm going to use my stamps as masks to prevent that. So I can set this one right there, like that. And then the ones I use stamp, always make sure your stamps are like clean or clean enough that they're not transferring. Yeah, we're good. We're good. And so I can use the stamps to mask off everything rather than like sitting and fiddling. So we do that. Okay. There we go. And that way I won't get splatter on top of my sentiment. And then, ooh, I lost it. We're good. Everything's good. Everything's fine. Okay. Okay. Now. Oh. As always. Don't want to forget that. And then... where's my... There it is. So we use my Gonzai Tombi Starry Colors just to add a little bit of gold splatter just to tie it all together. Where's my fan? There's my fan brush. So then, it does kind of look like snow. The rock candy glitter is really nice for like holiday cards. And stay tuned. Tim Holtz and Ranger are releasing. It was a limit. It was a because Tim Holtz did a holiday class with Simon Says Stamp earlier this month. It was fabulous. And in that kit was a little jar of a custom glitter mix that they've done that looks fabulous. He did say, though, that that's going to be released, I think, in August. I think they're releasing in August, and it'll come in, I'm assuming, like the standard jar like this, which is going to be a lot. I want to get it. I will be getting it. I'm sure. I want it. Okay. Mix my gold watercolor up till I'm happy with it. We don't need a lot. I just want a little bit of splatter. There we go. That's good. So just a little bit, nothing too crazy. There we go. Okay. And then let that sit somewhere over there so it can dry. And then I need to be careful with this because there's foam tape on the back of it that's exposed. So let me set that there. In fact, I'll just set this on top of the roll. That'll make life a little easier. So now I just got to carefully remove my stamps that were masking everything. Woo! Close. Almost wrecked it. Now we're good. We're good.
Didn't wreck anything?
No. If I had, I would have had to redo it all. Wouldn't that have been fabulous? It happens. Okay. There we go. Yes, it was August. Yeah, August. He's going to release the special snow fabulous glitter mixture awesomeness. It'll be amazing. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. So yeah, just wipe my stamps off. They're good to go. They're good to go. So I can put them back in the package. Just like that. Just like that. And then now we just need to wait for the splatter to dry. I'm going to speed this up with my heat tool, but I'm going to keep my heat tool pretty far away from all of this because I don't want to get it. This acetate is not heat resistant. Some acetates are. Most are not, unless it specifically is labeled. Because I know Simon Says Stamp does have heat resistant acetate, which you can like heat emboss on. But yeah, this one that I used is not heat resistant. So I don't want to melt. I didn't want to melt that. That would not be pretty. So I'm going to use my heat tool, but I'm going to keep it kind of further away and just keep it moving just to speed up the drying process so that we're not just sitting here watching paint dry. That's no fun. It's mostly dry, not completely, but what I can do with that is just take a tissue. I don't always recommend doing this, but I'm familiar enough with these watercolors that it works. Is the little blobs that are still a bit wet. Let's see, I can just pick up that excess and they're fine. They're fine. It's fine. It's fine. There we go. Yep. Love it. Okay. Now, I'm just going to kind of keep him sitting on there for a second so that we can take this guy and burnish our fold. There we go. I also managed to like crinkle up the corner of the card. What else is new? There we go. There we go. And then this guy, aka the card front. Now we got to take off the remaining bits of foam tape or backer off the foam tape. Like that. And then just to be safe, I'll also take a smidge of liquid glue and I'll put it on this little cardstock piece. You can also take liquid glue. If you're not comfortable with lining things up or you struggle with it, is you can take liquid glue. Oh, that sound is awful. And put it on the back of your foam tape. I almost never do this because I just wing it. For the most part, 99% of the time I get things lined up properly. It's every rare once in a while I end up messing it up. But you can put liquid glue on the back of your foam tape to give it that bit of wiggle room. Because with foam tape, the minute you put it down, you're done. Like there is no going back. There's no takesies, backsies. It's in place unless you want to rip your cardstock. But if you put the liquid glue on the back of it, you do get a second or two of wiggle room. Did that. I still got schmutz on. There we go. There we go. Get off of there. There we go. That's better. That's better. So we got that. And then we got to add all our little critters and whatnot. And for that, I'm just going to use some thin foam squares. That's also why I didn't want to make the shaker super thick because I wanted to pop these up as well. And I didn't want my card to be like insanely thick. Again, personal preference. Sometimes the dimension is the best, and other times I'm just like, nah. I'd like to be able to mail it out in a regular envelope, but if it's super thick, you can just pop it in like a bubble mailer. Especially with shakers, if it's a really thick shaker card, I would prefer to use like a bubble mailer to protect it so it doesn't get crushed. There we go. Okay, so some thin little foam squares. And then I can start popping these guys into place. We got that one. And then this little guy. He would look really cute on an action wobble as well. That would be super cute. Again, I'm trying to keep this from being too bulky. So we'll pop him like that. And then yeah, we'll sit him. He'll just be sitting down here, smiling at everybody, being all cute. Stop laughing at me. I make up stories for my cards, okay?
That's okay.
That's what I do. I spend way too much time alone, working, talking to my stamps like a crazy person. Yeah. You know, or talking to all my pretend friends online. Okay. We'll pop this guy into place. He can sit right there. Look how cute he is. And then that guy, the last one, he's going on the inside because you need to have something on the inside of your card. And as I'm finishing this up, this is actually going a lot faster today than I thought. The unpaid intern can pick a winner, and I will mail the card out. That's what I printed. You were supposed to remind me. Good job. When I was talking about the housekeeping at the beginning of the live, you should have been like, yeah, discuss the giveaway.
Don't worry, I've been linking it in chat every
Well, he's been putting it in the chat. I saw that, but I should be verbally mentioning it because, you know, that's what we're supposed to do. I haven't been live in a while. I don't remember. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. I'm just here. Whatever. Anywho, we'll add him. And I don't. Do I want to add any bling to this? I don't think so. I mean, I could. No, I'm not gonna. I kind of like it just like this. It doesn't need any bling. It's got glitter and sparkle, and I'll show the sparkle again. Oop, that's not where I want to put that. I'll show the sparkle again for those that might have missed it, because that's always the best part, in my opinion. Okay, so we got that. You guys are pretend to me. Don't forget, I'm the one sitting and just all I'm staring at is like a camera lens, you know? That started, I forget when, years ago when I used to do live streaming on a different platform, many, many years ago. And we were all pretend friends because it's like you're just sitting in front of a camera, you know, which is all well and good. So yeah, legit real people, but pretend friends. Okay, let me put, that needs to go there. That one and that one. Okay, now where's my flashlight again? And then let me zoom in a little bit. So there is our cute little shaker card with the very simple shaker window with just rock candy distress glitter. So just again, the shaker part is just simple, just super simple. But then our little unicorns and rainbow have the fabulous, you know, sparkly bits to them, which is just fun. There we go. There we go. You can't go wrong with sparkly, you know? My inner magpie is always appeased. Love it. Love it. So yeah, and then that's the inside, you know? Because you always got to have something done on the inside of your cards, in my opinion. So we've got little ponies and shaker bits. And I still managed to get a little bit of splatter on there because you guys know. You guys know, you know? So yeah. How fun was that? And using a sentiment die to create a shaker window. I can't remember. I've probably maybe done something like that in the past. I honestly can't remember offhand, but you know? So then I need to switch to, there we go. There we go. You still working on picking a winner?
Yeah, I got one.
You got it. You got a winner?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the winner?
The winner today is Jan from Golden, BC.
Jan in Golden, BC. I make no promises, as always, as to when this will get mailed out. possibly this week. It just depends. I did mail out all the previous winners before I went away, so those all got mailed out a week and a half ago, something. So I think some people have already received theirs. I try to mail out within a decent amount of time, but it just depends. It literally just depends on whatever current chaos is going on. But yeah, congrats to our winner, and I will get it mailed out ASAP. That could mean a month from now. It could be a month from now. We just don't know. We just don't know, you know? Trying to get my dies back on the packaging so that I don't lose them, because I'm trying really hard not to lose everything, because that's been the current situation, is me misplacing absolutely everything. Always. Okay. There we go. So thanks to our unpaid intern for helping, aka the disembodied hand.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It helps.
So camera shy.
Yeah, he's very camera shy. But yeah, I appreciate him helping out on Sundays, because it's nice. And it's nice having him hang out here, because like I said, I am sitting in here by myself.
Staring at a camera.
So yeah, staring at a camera 7 days a week, and it gets a little lonely. And so it's nice when he's in here helping. And I have no idea on if I'm going to do any bonus lives this week. I was promising them last week and the week before, and it didn't happen. I had a lot on my plate. A lot. It just didn't end. So we'll see if I'm able to do a bonus live. I try to give everybody a heads up. Sometimes it's like literally like you're lucky if you get 20 minutes. It just depends. But I will have a ton of videos coming. That's what I was saying at the beginning. I might even have one coming later today. We'll just see. Because yeah, I have a lot to catch up on. A lot to catch up on. So I will be posting many videos, and sometimes maybe more than one video a day over the next, who knows how long. It might go crazy, because August is also really busy. There's a lot of good products coming out, lots of good ideas, all kinds of fun things. And then yeah, Stamptember is just around the corner. It's going to be fun. It's always fun, you know? And yeah, holiday cards, I might pump out. There might be a couple, one or two coming this week. We'll see. But yeah, I have a holiday card series. I've been somewhat consistent with it this year. And yeah, because of Christmas and July releases, things like that. And and then the sale. I have it linked in the description box below. Simon's sale category, because that ends tonight. So everything they've got in that category, if you use the code 50% off, always a good time with that. And because yeah, they're making space, you know, for the holiday releases, all the things. And if we get a bonus live, it's a bonus for us. You just take care of yourself. Oh yeah, always. I I don't do the all-nighters like I used to do. I used to literally have to do that, especially when it was just me. You know, single mom, all the things. The amount of nights that I would just work through the night, because that's just what I had to do. I'm getting too old for that now. Like, I only pull all-nighters if it is absolutely, like, if I have a deadline that I have to meet and just all. But just like traveling, all-nighters now take it out of me. Like, I don't just bounce back like I used to, 10 plus years ago. Now I'm just like, it just ruins me. I'm just ruined. I'm ruined. So, yeah. How much advance prep do you get for Stamptember products? Sometimes I have a decent amount of time, a bit of a runway, but in my world, because I say yes to way too many things, it's not that simple of an answer for me. Other years I haven't had any. It wasn't last year, it was the year before. The package didn't show up until, what was that, 2 weeks into Stamptember something. Like, we weren't even sure if I was gonna get it at all because it just disappeared off the radar and off tracking, and I cried on a live stream because I was so overwhelmed and so upset because Stamptember for me, I don't have to work like a crazy person. I don't. I don't have to do 60. I think last year I did over 60 videos. It was nuts. It was insane. It was insane. Um, I don't have to do that. No one's forcing me. No one's like asking, like, can you please do this many? No, it's not like that at all. I choose to do that because with my like AdSense and affiliates and everything else, I work like that, like a crazy person, because that is my Christmas budget. So that's how I justify, buying stuff for Christmas and everything else. So that's I pull out all the stops for Stamptember. But yeah, a couple years ago the package didn't even arrive. Like it arrived in like the middle of Stamptember and I still managed. I think I only missed like a few of the releases and then I just went hard. It's fun. It's fun. I am a procrastinator by heart. So me working last minute, that's my ideas just go. It just which it's really frustrating, honestly, sometimes. It's like I work better under pressure. I kind of wish it wasn't the case because, I'm kind of like, can we just not, can I get things done ahead of time? I've been promising everyone I work with. I've been promising for years. I'm like, I'm trying. I'm trying really hard to get things done ahead of time. Oh my goodness. Just want to make sure. I'm glad you guys enjoyed. Oh, when will Halloween cards start? I was talking about that earlier. Soon. I have no plans yet, like no ideas yet. Um, yeah. I was originally planning on starting them like now. Like let's do this. But this month got away from me and everything's been nuts. So soon. That's all I can say. I haven't even done up my little because I make my own little graphic, my little intro, my little graphic, I do all that myself because it just is what it is. Haven't even done those yet. So I got to do those up. And I also got to figure out what I'm going to do. I have no idea. I wing it. That's just everything. Um do 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 no, and I appreciate you guys. Stamptember is bonkers from a content creator's perspective, but it's fun. It's fun, you know. Um yeah, and it's only 1 month. It's only 1 month of the year. That we work like crazy people behind the scenes to, make it go, but it's it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So, we'll see. Again, I have no idea. I have no idea what's planned. I have no idea what's coming out. I have no idea what brands are clever. Like I have no clue. And even if I did, I wouldn't be able to say anything because it's like very quiet, under wraps. It's all the surprise and the fun and the excitement. So who knows what they have up their sleeve for this year? We'll all find out together. And yeah, I will have, like I said, lots of videos coming because there's other releases of just regular products, things that are not limited edition, anything like that. There's some great stuff coming out. And yeah, for those that maybe missed the very beginning of this live, I did have a video that went up on the Simon Says Stamp YouTube channel, went up this morning. I know Chris linked to it in the chat at one point. So yeah, we might, if there's enough interest and people are really into it, we maybe they'll ask me to make it a regular occurring series like they have with some of their other fabulous makers because you've got their like monthly and bi-monthly little series and things like that. So I'm open to it. We'll just see because today was the very first. I didn't even know it was going up today. It just, popped up my feed and I was like, hey, that's me. That's me. I'm in that. So it will come on my channel too. I just got to finish I have so much editing to do. It never ends. So I appreciate all of you a ton. And I will hopefully get this card mailed out to the winner possibly this week. We'll see. I have, like I said, 5 million things to do. I will have the card kit. Simon's August card kit is here. It comes out on the 14th of every month, and it sometimes takes longer to get to me up here in Canada. And it did, as usual. So it's here. I will have a video unboxing it and sharing all whatever I make with it soon. Possibly today, might not be for another day or two. It's gonna just depend. It all just depends, you guys. I can't, like I said, I can't commit to anything. I can't, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. I'm so professional. But yeah, that is it from me for now. Links to all the things are in the description box below the video, along with the sale link, because the sale link, that ends tonight. That one is time sensitive. Everything else is good. Everything else is good. And then just stay tuned, because I'll do the photos and all the things like I do with this on like my socials. And then just stay tuned. I will have the next videos, cards, everything coming. There might be one later today, and then there's going to be at least daily videos, if not more than once a day for the next little bit, because like I got a lot to catch up on. So that is it for me, and I will see you guys in the next video. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll catch you later. Bye. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't, I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!